Hello everybody, this is Andrew from over at Miele Restaurant. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble and make your shrimp and crab boil. So we already have a pot, and it is at a roaring bubble right now. So I'm going to turn it down for now, but then we'll probably turn it back up again. Alright, so today you're going to have Old Bay seasoning, herbs, peas, smoked sausages that we made in-house, snow crab, potatoes, corn, lemons, and some really nice head-on shrimp. So once your water comes to a boil, you want to make sure to season it well, because all the flavorings for all of your vegetables and your shrimp and your crab and whatnot are going to come from this liquid. So we're going to start by adding, 4 tablespoons of salt. And then we're going to add almost all of this Old Bay seasoning, but we're going to reserve a little bit for later so that once we turn this out onto a table that we can re-season it a little bit with Old Bay as well. Alright, 3 lemons squeezed, and we're just going to squeeze them right into the pot itself. Alright. I'm just going to take a spoon and taste the seasoning. A good amount of lemon and a good amount of salt, so perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to bring it back up to a boil because everything we have is cold. So it'll drop the boiling point. You'll have to wait too long if we don't. Alright, so as far as the potatoes goes, we have roasted those off ahead of time because that's the longest part of the shrimp boil is waiting for the potatoes to boil. So we just kind of cut that process down a little bit. So we're actually going to, usually we start with potatoes. Today we're going to start with the corn. Drop the corn right in. I lived in Charleston for quite some time, and this is a way of life there. Everybody does a shrimp boil, a crab boil at some point in the summer months. So next we're going to add the potatoes. So the snow crab is steamed at sea and then flash frozen, and that just makes sure the crab is always fresh. So you're really just going to be reheating the sausages and the crab, so those will go in right near the end. And then these will probably go in about 5 minutes before they're finished. And today we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're going to add some peas because they're kind of at the height of the season. And this isn't normally something people do, but I thought it would be interesting that, if you're going to be taking the shell off your crab, if you're going to be taking the shells off your shrimp, then it would be interesting as a vegetable to kind of shuck your snow peas and eat them as well. Alright, again, so as long as the corn's done, then everything else will be done. We're at a good boil, so I'm going to go ahead and add these shrimp. These are nice U15 head-on shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and drop in these sausages as well. Once this comes up to a boil, I'm actually going to add these peas after that. Alright, add in the peas. I'm going to take some tongs or some tweezers and just kind of mix everything together a little bit. Smells delicious. And last, snow crab. Again, I'm just going to take some tongs, some tweezers, and just kind of mix this all up together. All right, and it's as simple as that. So I'm actually going to put the lid back on and just let this come to a simmer. And then I'm going to turn the heat off and probably just let it set for 5 minutes or so. Also, just for fun, I want to talk about the rules of the shrimp and crab boil. And that is that there are no rules. Once this is laid on the table, it is every person for themselves. So you're left with a potato and you didn't get that shrimp or that last snow crab. It is, in this situation, it is all on you. So make sure just to get in there and get your hands dirty. Don't bump an elbow. And that just lets you make sure that you get what you want. Every person for themselves. And that is it. All right, so we have turned the seafood boil onto some newspaper. Outside, of course, because this is going to be a sloppy process. So if you can't eat outdoors, it might be good. And you don't have to, but I always like to re-season this a little bit just to make sure, when you're eating it tastes good and it seasons. And there's no time for you to season once you begin eating, because somebody might steal your crab. I would say, though, if you wanted to have a bottle of hot sauce on the side, I would probably have a bottle of hot sauce on the side. So we're just going to do some nice salt on top. And then the reserved Old Bay, I guess you can just use as much as you like. I'll probably go on the more heavy side because I like seasoned, but... And just these is dill, parsley, and chives. It's just growing wild. It's the perfect time of the year for herbs. So we're just going to slather this in a bunch of herbs as well. And there you have it. Miel's crab and shrimp boil. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to Andrew, because this is his first Father's Day. Thanks, Andrew.
Yep.